Hello everyone and welcome back to Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Let's get right into it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Yeah, we already heard that. Alright.
All
Let's
of his
follow
co-workers were gone.
his
What could it
instructions
mean?
this time.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Head on over to the meeting room.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ah, yes, the broom closet. Anything interesting in there? Boop, we can crouch. Boop, boop, boop.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Whoa. There's wallpaper and wood and everything. It's real nice up here. Oh, is this the restroom? Okay. Oh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, there's a whole sofa in here and everything. My gosh. A whole bookshelf, a piano. Yet our office looks like crap. What's with that? Oof, feels weird walking into the dark. Down we go. Loading, loading, loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Alright.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We're following his instructions this time. Ugh. I hate just walking into the dark. Ooh, a button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Well, let's find out.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Are we employee 427? I think we are. That's our office completely empty. So is every other office. Oh, I didn't even realize. We can go over here. Another giant white button for us to press.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I can't see anything. Ooh.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Ooh,
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
1, 2. Where's 3 and 4? I know where 5 is. Oh, is that it? 3. Oh gosh, now where's 4? Ooh. I see a button up here. Oh, can I not get up there? I can't see hardly anything. Oh, gosh. Guess we're just gonna have to forget about it for now.
And when at last he found the source... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
I feel like
You were
somebody's gonna
supposed
sneak
to
up
let
on me.
it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are
4.
precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Oh yeah, it was up
Oh
here.
dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler
5.
for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless, to see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then
Oh, was I
nothing.
supposed to hit a button
No ending here,
correlated with
just
the
you
color?
being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or
Vibrating.
don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Oh. The end is never the end. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I didn't miss any memos, but I'll go to the meeting room anyway.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
This
he
time
entered
we're
the
gonna
door on his
escape.
left.
Because I wanted to go in there, but then I also wanted to...
Yet there was not a
to
single
what he
person
was
here
doing.
either. Feeling a
Or
wave
what he
of
was telling us to
disbelief,
do.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
4,
What
5,
could it
something like that.
mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Alright.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Boop. We're gonna escape. Unless I already passed the escape. Then I guess we won't be. I should probably have paid more attention, but we'll find out.
Stanley walked straight ahead
Ah,
through the
right here.
large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Maybe.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this
This is
point,
a really
Stanley
long
was
hall.
making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Eee. Oh, I guess it was our death. No. Maybe.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Alright.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Who's
In
that
a
lady?
single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Huh. You are not the narrator I know.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Whoa.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see
Oh,
that
there's my
Stanley was
office.
already dead from the moment he
Then we
hit
go
start?
through here, and then we go through that door. Yeah. Cool. The office. I like this one. Boop. Perfect noise. Maintenance room. Early version of the maintenance room. That's cool. What's this? The office. This is an extremely white place. War zone. Hi, aliens? Wow, that's crazy. Wow. Fun. Money, money, money. Narrator emails. Oh. Huh. Maybe. I hope so. That'd be cool. There's my office. There's my office again. And again. Alright, good. Oh. Oh, oh. Ooh, fancy.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Levers. Hmm. Oh, cool. Oh. Cool, cool. There's just random chairs everywhere. It's over here. It's like a little museum type thing. That's we already looked at. We already went this way. Maybe we can go a different way this way. We went that way, so let's go this way. Okay. What's this? Oh, cool. Office clock. Computers. What's up here? Nothing interesting. Ugh. Let's go back this way. Let's go down here. Schmooth. The lounge. Oh. What's this?
Lever. And finally,
Oh. Schwinger. Forgot you can't jump. Let's go up here. Oh, there's a little button. Dang. Ah, I'm hoping to sneak up on it. Let's go down here.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let
Well, we got squished. Well, that was an ending. Boom, boom. Boom,
all
boom.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ooh, new content.
New content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't know, but I like the sound of that. Where are we headed? To the new
Hello, and
content?
thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited
it
to see the
does.
thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Do you not know about it?
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I think you'd know about it since you're the narrator.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or...
Oh, yep, there we
here
go.
we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Oh, whoa, hello. Ooh, a jump
All
circle.
right.
We can jump.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, we really can jump. Oh, cool.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content.
Oh, I thought
There
you
has to
meant
be
for my
something
jumps.
else, right?
I don't want to waste them all. Maybe there's an airport.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Oh, whew, just walk backwards into it. Scared me a little. Thought I was gonna fall.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what
A
happens
chair.
when greedy video game
like
developers with no respect for their fan
a little
base
weird.
rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Whoa. So much for new content. Whoa, what is this place?
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Why are you whispering? You're in my head, aren't you? Oh, I thought that was a little thing. It is a little thing, but not anything interesting. Hello?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Pretty.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences
Sounds
like the
sweet.
launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Ooh. Dollar bill. Sheesh. Oh. Ooh, there's another little building. Ooh, it's like a little Zen
And over
building.
here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
With little
Like this
beans.
stunning triumph
Little
of
giant
games
beans.
journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Ooh. There's a downstairs to this place. Apparently not. Person of the year? Ooh.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
How the heck am I supposed to get in there? Okay. Can I go down here? Oh, yep, I can.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
A
Oh,
junkyard, my
no.
gosh.
Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
I think if they're hidden, they're probably not great. Yep.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
Oh,
I'm trying to make a serious work of
Ooh,
art.
oh.
I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Maybe it was just a one-off review. Well, I see another bad one, so maybe 2 off. That one's a good one. So is that one.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
And that one.
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley
Ooh, another
Parable
one.
isn't... What's this one got to say?
water.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Alright.
And here it is. Go ahead. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45... Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness.
It's been a year,
I
what?
have someone to talk to again. Stanley,
Oh, it's been
I
a
think
week.
it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us.
Hello? The button not work?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed.
My gosh, how long can we go?
Is never the end, 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 is
That's
never...
a bit creepy. Wonder how long we're gonna skip till we die. Come on. Whoa, the building caved in over there. How much more is it gonna cave in? Is it gonna topple over us and we're just gonna wake up dead? Well, you can't wake up if you're dead. Ooh, sunlight. Come on, let me push the button. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Push it, push it, push. Whoa, greenery. Come on. Come on. Oh, the greenery's gone. Oh, what's that noise? Same old, same old. Some awful noises. Come on, let's push it again. Oh, goodness. Let's push it again. Can we not push it again? Hello? Do I gotta... Oh, there's a thing over here. Oh my gosh, did the world just turn into a desert? That's crazy. Wow. Huh. Wonder if it's just here or everywhere that's desert. Can we push the button again? Is it ready for our pushing? Huh. Guess we've exhausted all of our button pushes. Alright. Well, that seems like a great place to end it off. Let me know if you guys like this type of content. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.